Hello, and welcome to Book 5, Chapter 7 of You Should Be Reading. Today, today I'd like to talk to you about Zero World by Jason M. Hugh. I think that's Hugh or Hall. Huh. I don't know. I'm just going to say Hugh. Jason M. Hugh, the New York Times best-selling author of The Darwin Elevator, which I have not read. This is the only book I've read of his. Um, it apparently includes the bonus novella The Dire Earth, at least my copy of it, but Zero World. This is interesting. Very, very interesting. It is all about an assassin named Peter Caswell, who is the perfect assassin because he has some sort of a chemical implant um, in him that floods his brain with a certain chemical marker. He goes off and commits an assassination, then goes back to a safe place, and the chemical marker uh, ends up having a certain lifespan and deletes all of the memories of his time hunting down and killing a person. So he never remembers who it is. It is absolute integrity assured, as the particular uh, organization he works for advertises him as. Integrity assured, because there is absolutely no way it will come back and bite anyone on the butt. And it is an interesting book. It is very sci-fi. Uh, it deals with him uh, coming off of a mission and immediately getting another one instead of a vacation. He is shunted off into space to pick up a space station ship, whatever, that was uh, deemed lost. They find a bunch of bodies up there. Um, One person in particular, the one that he is there to kill, uh, is not there, but they have some information as to where she's gone. So, because the salvage crew that he has tagged along with under a false identity accesses the computer on it, he kills them all, and then, following instructions, gets in a space shuttle, which is on autopilot, that sends him through a wormhole of sorts um, to another world, another alternate dimension, where you have a planet that looks from space almost identical to Earth, but everything is completely different down below. There's different cultures, an extremely similar language, however, because they speak English down there, or at least a form of English, even though there are certain meanings and dialects are a little different, certain gestures. So, our intrepid assassin has to go down, infiltrate the society, hunt down the uh, interloper from his dimension who has arrived there and is altering uh, the culture and progression of technology on this other world. He needs to find her and kill her. Also, down on this world is a female spy because the north and the south of this big country, a continent, are at war with one another. The north is where his target is hiding and has elevated technology in that region. So they have an unfair advantage over the south. So it's kind of interesting because the lady spy from the south ends up meeting Peter Caswell and tagging along with him, and the story progresses from there. I'm not going to spoil too much more beyond that because it is an amazing little sci-fi series. It is very well written. Um, there are a lot of interesting bits and pieces where the cultures are different, where certain gestures, like for one in particular, uh, to everybody around here, if you were to do this and go, that would mean, be quiet, don't talk. And that's what, to Peter Caswell, that's what that means. But on this other Earth, this doesn't mean don't talk. It means I have more to tell you, or I have something to say. So when he does this to the lady, she's like expectantly waiting for him to, you know, say something else, and he doesn't. So little things like that. There's a lot of cultural differences, and they highlight a fair bit of it in this. I have a feeling this is going to be a series because it kind of ends in a way that lends itself to more coming in the future. So I'm interested in picking that up. The technology is really neat. The way that the technology on this other world is advanced because the lady that came down had to deal with the primitives of technology down there to make it work. You can only do what you can do. So it's really neat. Uh, I quite liked it in terms of uh, the writing and the characters in particular. They both have their own motives. They're not exactly what you'd call all good people, but they're not all bad people either. So it's really, really interesting. I'm quite impressed by it. Maybe you will be too. So if you're looking for a good sci-fi book, something that is maybe a little new, a little different, something in a universe that you're not familiar with, you could do worse than check out Zero World because it is good. I would highly recommend it to anybody. So that's going to be it for this episode of You Should Be Reading. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. I think ringing the notification bell helps a little bit. And throw a comment in the comment section. Have you read The Darwin Elevator by Jason M. or anything else he's done? Do you think I might enjoy it since I enjoyed this book? Do you know of any other books similar to this you think I might enjoy? Toss me a comment in that comment section. I would love to talk to some people. So please do all that, and until next time, remember, you should be reading Zero World by Jason M. and I'll see you next time.